So we already established how to get started in open source and the why of open source. So we want to actually find the where today. And here we're going to talk about finding good first repos. Now, there's a concept on GitHub. It's actually a label on GitHub called good first issues. And there's a whole story behind that. We actually have a blog post on this, so definitely check out the OpenSauced blog for that. But what I'm getting at is the idea of good first repos. These are repos that are approachable, that you can make your first contribution into. Now, during things like Hacktoberfest, people always go for the big heavy hitters. And I think you should definitely try hard, swing for the fences, definitely. But what you want to do, if you don't know where to get started in those big repos, find an up and coming repo. Now, we created this tool called hotopensauce.pizza, and this is like the more up and coming, less than 100-star projects. And we have a whole algorithm for this that we have it open source. Definitely just check out the repo for that. But what I'm getting at here is these good first repos, they're at the inflection point. So there's another tool called Changelog Nightly, which you can see the trending repos every single night. And these usually are repos that get usually around 25 to 30 stars or more in one day. Now, these are the projects that needs the most help. These are the projects that usually have a poor README and have no documentation and no real way to get started. Now, these are the projects you can write a blog post of, like intro to XYZ or intro to YZX. Check out those repos and find out if this is something you could do and you could sort of build that yourself. Now, when I say with the good first repo, I actually have an example that happened a year ago today of this recording of the video. And there's a project called TRPC. Now, if you're not in the JavaScript node space or TypeScript and not aware, TRPC is an up and coming project. It was last year, and it was maintained by one engineer that came from a whole nother project and decided to take one piece of that and build that into what is TRPC. Now, a year ago to this recording, it was only about 1,000 stars, like barely. I think it was like 2,000 stars, maybe March, April of 2022. And there was an inflection point where a lot of popularity was happening, and it was around a lot of YouTubers were creating content on this. There was a lot of Discord and live streamers that were talking about this one project. And around that time, a few college students, a few engineers at Netflix, they got together and they're like, hey, I think I want to help out this project. It's a cool technology. Let's build some documentation. Let's build a new landing page. Let's fix some bugs and make this usable for more than just one problem. And a year to today, it's now 21,000 stars. Now, it's hard to make contributions to TRPC today. Actually, I wouldn't even misspeak. It's not hard to make contributions because I think it's still a young project. But when you look at a project that has so much legacy and tech debt, it's kind of hard to jump in. So you gotta be around, you gotta be in the Discord and have the conversation. So my other recommendation is find that community and have the conversation with the maintainers, the contributors, so that way you can break in. But if that's not possible, find those trending projects, the growth stage projects. And at that point of inflection, jump in.